Get up, Prince of Troy. Get up.
The thought of death sends shivers down most spines. Many fantasize about living eternally, escaping the clutches of the inevitable end. Dive into this video where we present top 10 people who claim to be immortal. In the vast tapestry of history, fact often intertwines with fiction, myths merge with reality, and the lines blur. While logic suggests that every being has an expiration date, many legends and tales defy this belief, often glimmers of endless existence. Join us as we unveil these intriguing tales of individuals who dare to defy time and declare their immortality. Strap in for a journey where myth meets mystery, and decide for yourself where fact ends and fiction begins. Number 10, the Three Nephites tales stand out as one of the most captivating religious legends in American history. While bearing some similarities to Jewish tales about the prophet Elijah and Christian stories of saints in Catholicism, the narrative of the Three Nephites is unmistakably rooted in Mormon tradition. Adherents of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, commonly referred to as Mormons, hold the belief that after his resurrection, Jesus Christ made a sojourn to America, where he selected 12 apostles from his ancient Nephite community to spread his teachings. Of these, 3 apostles expressed a wish to be transformed into angels, hoping to stay on Earth until its culmination, aiding those in need during their global journeys. As described in the Book of Mormon, these transformed individuals became known as the Three Nephites. Their mysterious encounters with interventions have since been woven into the rich tapestry of Mormon folklore. Number 9, Memnon. In the annals of Greek mythology, Memnon stands out as a prominent Ethiopian king, arguably the most celebrated character of African descent within these ancient tales. Born to Tithonus and Eos, Memnon was reputedly considered nearly immortal in his lifetime, and in terms of prowess, only Achilles was deemed his superior on the battlefield. When the Trojan War erupted, Memnon rallied an army in support of Troy. However, destiny had other plans. Achilles, seeking vengeance for the death of Antilochus, confronted and killed him. This mirrored Achilles' previous act of revenge when he killed Hector, another Trojan defender, for the death of his close friend Patroclus. Memnon's tragic end was narrated in the now lost epic Aethiopis, written post-Iliad in the 7th century BC. Later accounts by Quintus of Smyrna and Post-America and Philostratus in Imagines also recount his demise. While Memnon's tale might not be as widely known as others from Greek mythology, its depth and intensity make it an enthralling read for those who come across it. Number 8, Leonard Jones. Leonard Jones, although not an immortal, had a flair for making others believe he was. Though not particularly triumphant in his political endeavors, he had a remarkable talent for persuasion. Astonishingly, he built his entire political campaign on the claims of his immortality, managing to sway a good number of voters in the process. Born in 1797 in Kentucky, Jones ambitiously aimed for the roles of both U.S. President and Governor of Kentucky, touting his alleged everlasting life as his primary selling point. He advocated that a combination of prayer and fasting could lead to immortality. However, his theory clearly had its limitations, as he passed away from pneumonia on August 30, 1868, at what seems a relatively young age for someone claiming to be immortal, just 71 years old. Number 7, Merlin. Merlin, often envisioned as a wise old wizard with a flowing white beard, donning a tall, pointed hat, is famously linked with King Arthur's court. But was he a real figure? Legends speak of his enigmatic origin, suggesting his father was an incubus, a male demon that would mate with mortal women, thereby casting a mythical shadow over Merlin's birth. Revered as an enduring warlock, tales of Merlin are woven into Old English chronicles and are deeply tied to characters like King Arthur, the Lady of the Lake, and the valiant knights of the Round Table. Over time, these tales have inspired countless renditions in folklore, literature, and cinema. There are enthusiasts who ardently believe that due to his immortal nature, Merlin might still be present today, secretly watching over England's royal lineage. Like many legendary figures, there could have been a real man at the core of the Merlin mythos. However, as with all mortals, if he did walk this earth, he likely faced the inevitable fate of death. The balance between history and fantasy continues to add layers of intrigue to the captivating tale of Merlin, making it a topic of debate and fascination across generations. Number 6, Achilles. Many modern historians concur that Achilles, while perhaps not as superhuman as depicted in myths, was likely a real historical figure whose feats and achievements were amplified by Homer for poetic grandeur. There's a prevailing consensus among scholars today that Troy wasn't just a figment of imagination, but an actual city and that the Trojan War wasn't a mere legend, but a genuine historical event. Recent archaeological investigations, inspired by Homer's narratives, suggest that this war may have unfolded over an extended period, rather than by a singular isolated incident. They further infer that most characters chronicled by Homer probably had real-life counterparts. Returning to the tale of Achilles, mythology recounts how his mother, wanting to shield him from any harm, immersed him into the river Styx. This act was supposed to render his body invulnerable. However, his heel, by which his mother held him, remained untouched by the protective waters. It was this very heel that became his undoing when Paris struck it with a poisoned arrow. Today, the term Achilles' heel has evolved into a metaphor, symbolizing any vulnerability or weakness, taking its roots from the narrative of this legendary warrior. Furthermore, the tendon in the heel has been named the Achilles tendon, in remembrance of the iconic hero and his tragic vulnerability. Number 5. Nicolas Flamel. For those captivated by enigmas, sorcery, and epic quests, the tale of Nicolas and Perennial Flamel is a must-read. In Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, Nicolas Flamel is introduced as the mastermind behind the creation of the magical Philosopher's Stone, a relic granting eternal life, which needs safeguarding from the sinister Lord Voldemort. While the world of Harry Potter is woven from fiction, Nicolas Flamel was very much real, living in France during the late 14th to early 15th centuries. A dedicated scholar and manuscript writer, Flamel was engrossed in deciphering an enigmatic book filled with cryptic alchemical symbols, thought by many to unveil the mysteries of the Philosopher's Stone. Legends claim that Flamel unlocked the secret to producing the stone. Despite his death in 1417, tales of his pursuit for this artifact endure in literary accounts. While contemporary experts question the validity of the alchemical texts attributed to him, his legacy in the realm of alchemy remains undiminished. Number 4. Wandering Jew. As the narrative goes, while Christ was bearing his cross on the way to Golgotha, he paused to catch his breath near the residence of a shoemaker named Asurius. Observing this, Asurius mockingly questioned Christ's delay. In response, Christ gazed upon him, declaring, "I may rest here, but you are destined to roam the earth until I return." This declaration birthed the legend of the Wandering Jew, a tale that resonated deeply throughout medieval Christendom and entrenched itself within Christian lore and literature. The 13th century saw this legend flourish across Europe, anchored in part by the words of Jesus in Matthew 16:28. "Truly I tell you, some who are standing here will not taste death before they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom." The iterations of this tale are numerous. At times, Asurius is depicted as an elder, at others as an eternally youthful figure, and in some versions, he is shown aging only to rejuvenate subsequently. As per the legend, Asurius bears the burden of recalling all his past lives. Yet, despite the mythical longevity attributed to him, it's plausible that the historical Asurius lived but a single life, having passed away centuries ago. This tale not only reflects cultural beliefs, but also underscores humanity's fascination with immortality and the consequences of one's actions. Number 3. Count of Saint Germaine. Mysterious and alluring, the youthful Count's appearance seemed untouched by time. He constantly relocated, always cloaked in the enigma of his capturing aura. Rumors, tales, and theories about Saint Germaine gained momentum in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, persisting even now. These tales range from him being immortal, an alchemist possessing the elixir of life, the Wandering Jew, to him having foreseen the French Revolution. The Count of Saint Germaine has been depicted in various lights, from a nobleman, traveler, deceiver, inventor, to a proficient pianist, violinist, and budding composer. Yet the essence of his story remains one of history's greatest enigmas. After engaging with luminaries and prominent figures worldwide, the elusive Count eventually settled in Eckernford, Germany in 1779. While some records suggest he died in his home in 1784, no grave bearing his name exists in that town. Centuries later, in a bizarre twist, Richard Chanfray, a French entertainer and illusionist, proclaimed himself to be the reincarnation of the Count of Saint Germaine. However, Chanfray's claim ended with his own demise. Number 2. Heracles. The tale of Heracles is among the most renowned globally. Few figures have maintained such enduring fame throughout the ages. The narratives of Heracles depict a hero of unmatched strength and bravery, one who overcame immense challenges. These extraordinary feats, according to legend, earned him a place among the immortals, at least metaphorically. But was there a real man behind these legends? The truth remains elusive. However, much like the discovery of the city of Troy, archaeologists reignited global interest and piqued historical curiosity when, in 2010, they hinted at having found a tomb in Peloponnese that could potentially belong to this legendary figure. One thing is clear: while Heracles, the man behind the myth, might not have achieved actual immortality, he certainly cemented his place as one of the most celebrated heroes of antiquity. His name and story have transcended time, making him, in essence, an immortal figure in the annals of history. Number 1. Qin Shi Huang. Qin Shi Huang stands prominently in history as a transformative figure in ancient China. His legacy, including monumental feats like the construction of the Great Wall and the crafting of the Terracotta Army, echoes through time. These incredible undertakings cemented his place as one of China's most influential emperors, and amidst his achievements, many began to perceive him as immortal, a belief he fervently wished to make a reality. Legend holds that in his quest for eternal life, Qin Shi Huang dispatched a servant, Shu Fudong, along with numerous young men and women, on a journey eastward to uncover the secret of immortality. However, they never made their way back to China, possibly fearing reprisal for their failure. Some tales suggest that this group went on to discover and settle what is now known as Japan. Sadly, in 210 BC, at the age of 50, Qin Shi Huang met his end due to a sudden and severe illness, underscoring his inherent mortality to his devoted followers.